Our sun is born from a swirling cloud of gas and dust. Around it, a disk of leftover material orbits. This is the solar nebula. Within this disk, gravity draws particles together. They collide and stick. Over millions of years, these particles grow into larger and larger bodies. Planetesimals, kilometers across, collide with each other. The collisions are violent. Molten rock splashes into space. Slowly, a planet begins to form. This is the early Earth, a fiery, molten world still under construction. Constant bombardment from asteroids and comets adds to the growing planet's mass. These impacts release immense heat. The surface of the Earth is a magma ocean, a churning sea of molten rock. Volcanoes erupt, spewing gases and molten lava into the atmosphere. The early Earth is a hostile place. Temperatures are extreme, reaching levels that would be unimaginable today. The surface is a chaotic landscape of molten rock, constantly reshaped by violent volcanic eruptions. Rivers of lava flow across the land, creating a hellish environment where life as we know it could not possibly survive. The ground is unstable, frequently shaking with the force of tectonic activity. This is a world in its infancy, still forming and far from the hospitable planet we now call home. The atmosphere is thick with volcanic gases. These gases, including carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and water vapor, create a dense, toxic shroud around the planet. The sky is perpetually darkened by ash clouds, blocking out the sun and casting an eerie reddish glow over the landscape. Breathing this air would be impossible for any modern life form. The volcanic activity releases vast amounts of these gases, contributing to a greenhouse effect that keeps the planet's surface scorching hot. This thick, noxious atmosphere is a far cry from the clear blue skies we are accustomed to today. There is no liquid water, only vapor. The intense heat causes any water that does exist to evaporate almost instantly, creating a steamy, barren terrain. The landscape is dominated by vast plains of solidified lava and towering volcanic peaks. Steam rises from the ground, adding to the already thick atmosphere. Pools of molten rock bubble and churn, releasing more gases into the air. This is a world where water, the essential ingredient for life, exists only as a gas, unable to condense into the liquid form that would one day fill the oceans and support life. The moon, much closer than it is today, exerts a powerful gravitational pull. This proximity means that the moon's gravitational influence on the Earth is much stronger, causing massive tides in the molten rock that covers the planet's surface. These tides create waves of lava that rise and fall, adding to the already tumultuous environment. The moon itself is a constant presence in the sky, appearing much larger and more imposing than it does today. Its gravitational pull not only affects the molten rock but also contributes to the tectonic activity that shapes the early Earth's landscape. This pull creates massive tides in the molten rock. These tides are unlike anything we see in the oceans today. Instead of water, waves of molten rock rise and fall, driven by the moon's gravitational force. These tides contribute to the constant reshaping of the planet's surface as the molten rock flows and solidifies in new patterns. The sight of these lava waves would be both mesmerizing and terrifying, a reminder of the immense forces at work in this young, volatile world. The tides also play a role in the cooling process, as the movement of the molten rock helps to dissipate heat. Over time, the bombardment from space slows. In the early days of the solar system, the Earth was frequently hit by meteorites and comets, adding to the chaos and heat of the planet's surface. These impacts brought additional material to the Earth, contributing to its growth and the formation of its crust. As the solar system stabilized, the frequency of these impacts decreased, allowing the Earth to begin the slow process of cooling. The scars of these early impacts can still be seen in the form of craters and other geological features, reminders of the violent history that shaped our planet. The Earth begins to cool. As the bombardment from space slows and the volcanic activity decreases, the planet's surface starts to lose heat. The molten rock that once covered the Earth begins to solidify, forming a thin crust. This cooling process is slow and uneven, with some areas solidifying faster than others. The cooling of the Earth's surface is a crucial step in the planet's evolution, as it sets the stage for the formation of the first continents and the eventual emergence of life. The cooling also allows for the condensation of water vapor, which will play a key role in shaping the Earth's future. The molten surface solidifies into a thin crust, This crust is fragile and unstable, frequently cracking and shifting as the planet continues to cool. The formation of this crust marks the beginning of the Earth's geological history, as it provides a foundation for the development of the planet's surface features. Over time, this thin crust will thicken and become more stable, forming the continents and ocean basins that we are familiar with today. The solidification of the Earth's surface is a key milestone in the planet's evolution, setting the stage for the complex processes that will shape its future. Water vapor in the atmosphere condenses and falls as rain. This is the first time that liquid water appears on the Earth's surface, a momentous event in the planet's history. The rain begins to cool the surface further, helping to solidify the crust and create the conditions necessary for the formation of oceans. The first rainfall is a transformative event, as it marks the beginning of the hydrological cycle that will play a crucial role in shaping the Earth's environment. The rain also helps to wash away some of the volcanic gases, gradually clearing the atmosphere and allowing more sunlight to reach the surface. The rain is relentless, lasting for millennia. This continuous downpour helps to cool the Earth's surface and create the first bodies of water. The rainwater collects in low-lying areas, forming lakes and seas that will eventually become the Earth's oceans. The relentless rain also helps to erode the newly formed crust, breaking down rocks and creating the first sediments. This process of erosion and sedimentation is a key part of the Earth's geological history, as it helps to shape the landscape and create the conditions necessary for the development of life. The rain is a powerful force, transforming the Earth's surface and setting the stage for the planet's future evolution. It fills the low-lying areas, forming the first oceans. These early oceans are shallow and turbulent, constantly reshaped by volcanic activity and the movement of the Earth's crust. The formation of these oceans is a crucial step in the planet's evolution, as they provide a habitat for the first forms of life. The oceans also play a key role in regulating the Earth's climate, helping to cool the planet and create a more stable environment. The formation of the first oceans is a transformative event, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the Earth's history. These early oceans are not the tranquil blue we know today. They are hot, acidic, and constantly bombarded by meteorites. The water is filled with dissolved gases and minerals, creating a hostile environment that is inhospitable to most forms of life. The early oceans are also turbulent, with strong currents and frequent volcanic eruptions adding to the chaos. Despite these harsh conditions, the early oceans are a crucial part of the Earth's evolution, providing the environment necessary for the development of the first forms of life. The formation of these oceans is a key milestone in the planet's history, setting the stage for the complex processes that will shape its future. They are hot, acidic, and constantly bombarded by meteorites. These impacts create waves and turbulence in the water, adding to the already chaotic environment. The meteorites also bring additional material to the Earth, contributing to the growth of the planet and the formation of its crust. The constant bombardment from space is a reminder of the violent history that shaped our planet, and the early oceans bear the scars of these impacts. Despite the harsh conditions, the early oceans are a crucial part of the Earth's evolution, providing the environment necessary for the development of the first forms of life. The Earth's crust is still unstable, shifting and cracking as it cools. This instability creates a dynamic environment with frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions reshaping the landscape. The movement of the crust also plays a key role in the formation of the Earth's surface features, as it creates mountains, valleys, and ocean basins. The instability of the early Earth's crust is a reminder of the planet's violent history and the forces that continue to shape its surface. Despite the challenges, the cooling and solidification of the crust is a crucial step in the planet's evolution, setting the stage for the development of a more stable and hospitable environment. Volcanoes continue to erupt, spewing gases and molten rock into the air and water. These eruptions contribute to the formation of the Earth's crust, as the molten rock cools and solidifies to create new land. The volcanic activity also releases gases into the atmosphere, contributing to the greenhouse effect that keeps the planet warm. Despite the challenges, the volcanic activity is a crucial part of the Earth's evolution, as it helps to create the conditions necessary for the development of life. The eruptions also play a key role in shaping the landscape, creating mountains, valleys, and other surface features that will become the foundation for the planet's future development. Deep within the Earth's oceans, near hydrothermal vents, life begins. These vents, often found along mid-ocean ridges, are like underwater geysers, releasing superheated water that can reach temperatures of up to 400 degrees Celsius. The water is rich in minerals and chemicals, creating a unique environment that is vastly different from the rest of the ocean. Here, in the darkness of the deep sea, where sunlight never penetrates, a different kind of life takes hold. These vents spew hot, mineral-rich water from the planet's interior. The minerals include sulfides, which form black smoke-like plumes as they mix with the cold ocean water. This process creates towering structures known as black smokers. These structures are teeming with life despite the extreme conditions. The minerals and chemicals released by the vents provide the building blocks for life, creating a rich and diverse ecosystem. They create chemical gradients, pockets of energy in the otherwise barren ocean floor. These gradients are crucial for the survival of the organisms that live here. The energy from the chemical reactions provides the necessary fuel for life in the absence of sunlight. This process, known as chemosynthesis, is the foundation of the ecosystem around hydrothermal vents. It allows life to thrive in one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. It is here in this extreme environment that the first life forms emerge. These early life forms are incredibly resilient, able to withstand high temperatures, high pressures, and toxic chemicals. They are the pioneers of life on Earth, adapting to conditions that would be lethal to most other organisms. Their existence challenges our understanding of the limits of life and opens up new possibilities for the search for life beyond our planet. These early life forms are single-celled organisms, simple and microscopic. Despite their simplicity, they are incredibly complex in their own right. They have evolved unique mechanisms to survive and thrive in their harsh environment. Their cell membranes are specially adapted to withstand high temperatures and pressures, and they have enzymes that can function in the presence of toxic chemicals. These adaptations are a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of life. They are chemosynthetic, meaning they derive energy from chemical reactions rather than sunlight. This process is fundamentally different from photosynthesis, which relies on sunlight to produce energy. Chemosynthesis allows these organisms to live in complete darkness, using the chemicals released by the hydrothermal vents as their primary energy source. This ability to harness energy from chemicals is a key factor in their survival and success in such an extreme environment. They are the ancestors of all life on Earth, from the smallest bacteria to the largest whales. Over billions of years, these simple organisms have evolved and diversified into the vast array of life forms we see today. The journey from single-celled organisms to complex multicellular life is a testament to the power of evolution. It is a story of adaptation, survival, and the relentless drive to thrive in an ever-changing world. Over millions of years, these early life forms evolve and diversify. They develop new traits and abilities that allow them to exploit different niches in their environment. Some evolve to live in the water column, while others adapt to life on the ocean floor. This diversification leads to the emergence of new species, each uniquely adapted to their specific environment. The process of evolution is driven by natural selection, with the most successful organisms passing on their genes to the next generation. They adapt to their harsh environment. The ability to adapt is crucial for survival in the deep sea, where conditions can change rapidly. Organisms that can quickly respond to changes in temperature, pressure, and chemical composition are more likely to survive and reproduce. This adaptability is a key factor in the success of life around hydrothermal vents. It allows organisms to thrive in an environment that is constantly in flux. They develop new ways to obtain energy and reproduce. The ability to efficiently acquire energy and reproduce is essential for the survival of any organism. In the deep sea, where resources are limited, organisms have evolved unique strategies to maximize their chances of survival. Some have developed symbiotic relationships with other organisms, while others have evolved specialized feeding mechanisms. Reproduction is also a critical aspect of survival, with many deep-sea organisms employing unique reproductive strategies to ensure the survival of their offspring. They spread throughout the oceans, colonizing new habitats. The ability to colonize new environments is a key factor in the success of life on Earth. As organisms evolve and adapt, they are able to exploit new niches and expand their range. This process of colonization leads to the spread of life across the planet, from the deepest ocean trenches to the highest mountain peaks. The diversity of life on Earth is a testament to the ability of organisms to adapt and thrive in a wide range of environments. The tree of life begins to branch and grow. The tree of life is a metaphor for the evolutionary relationships between all living organisms. It represents the diversity of life on Earth and the common ancestry that links all organisms. As new species evolve and diversify, the tree of life grows and branches, creating a complex web of life that spans the entire planet. This branching and growth are driven by the process of evolution, which shapes the diversity of life on Earth. Section 5. The First Whispers of Life. In the vast expanse of time, billions of years ago, our planet was a very different place. The Earth was young, its surface a tumultuous landscape of molten rock and violent volcanic activity. The atmosphere was thick with gases like methane, ammonia, and carbon dioxide, creating a hostile environment for life as we know it today. But amidst this chaos, the first whispers of life began to emerge. The oceans, which covered much of the planet, were a primordial soup of chemicals, constantly stirred by the energy from the sun and the heat from the Earth's core. It was in these ancient waters that the building blocks of life started to come together, setting the stage for the incredible journey of evolution that would follow. The oceans teem with microscopic life. These tiny organisms, invisible to the naked eye, are the earliest forms of life on our planet. They float in the water, drifting with the currents, and play a crucial role in the delicate balance of the marine ecosystem. These microorganisms are incredibly diverse, ranging from simple bacteria to more complex single-celled organisms. They are the foundation of the food chain, providing sustenance for larger organisms and helping to recycle nutrients in the environment. Despite their small size, these microscopic life forms have a profound impact on the world around them, shaping the course of evolution and paving the way for more complex life forms to emerge. Cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae, evolved. These remarkable organisms are among the first to develop the ability to harness the energy of sunlight through a process known as photosynthesis. Cyanobacteria are incredibly resilient, able to thrive in a wide range of environments from the depths of the ocean to the surface of freshwater lakes. They form colonies, creating mats of greenish-blue slime that can cover large areas. These colonies are not only a source of food for other organisms, but also play a crucial role in the production of oxygen, a gas that is essential for the survival of many forms of life. The evolution of cyanobacteria marks a significant milestone in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex organisms. They possess a remarkable ability, photosynthesis. This process allows them to convert sunlight into chemical energy which they use to fuel their growth and reproduction. Photosynthesis is a complex series of chemical reactions that take place within the cells of cyanobacteria, involving the absorption of light by pigments such as chlorophyll. These pigments capture the energy from sunlight and use it to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose, a type of sugar that serves as a source of energy for the organism. The byproduct of this process is oxygen, which is released into the surrounding environment. Photosynthesis is a fundamental process that underpins the entire web of life on Earth, providing the energy that drives the growth and development of all living organisms. They can harness the energy of sunlight to create food. This ability gives cyanobacteria a significant advantage over other organisms, as it allows them to thrive in environments where other forms of life struggle to survive. By capturing the energy from sunlight, cyanobacteria are able to produce their own food, making them self-sufficient and less reliant on external sources of nutrients. This ability also allows them to colonize a wide range of habitats, from the surface of the ocean to the depths of freshwater lakes. The success of cyanobacteria in these environments has a profound impact on the evolution of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex organisms that are capable of harnessing the energy of sunlight in similar ways. This process releases oxygen as a byproduct. The release of oxygen into the environment has a profound impact on the Earth's atmosphere, transforming it from a toxic anaerobic environment into one that is capable of supporting aerobic life. The accumulation of oxygen in the atmosphere is a slow and gradual process, taking millions of years to reach levels that are sufficient to support the development of more complex organisms. The presence of oxygen in the atmosphere also has a significant impact on the chemistry of the oceans, leading to the formation of new types of minerals and the development of new ecological niches. The release of oxygen by cyanobacteria is a key event in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the evolution of more complex organisms that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. Oxygen is toxic to many early life forms. The accumulation of oxygen in the atmosphere creates a hostile environment for many of the anaerobic organisms that dominated the early Earth. These organisms are unable to survive in the presence of oxygen, and many of them are driven to extinction as a result. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere is a double-edged sword, as it creates new opportunities for the evolution of aerobic organisms while simultaneously driving many anaerobic organisms to the brink of extinction. The impact of oxygen on the early Earth is profound, as it reshapes the entire biosphere and sets the stage for the development of more complex forms of life. It triggers a mass extinction event, wiping out countless species. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere leads to a dramatic shift in the balance of life on Earth, as many anaerobic organisms are unable to survive in the new oxygen-rich environment. This mass extinction event is one of the most significant in the history of life on Earth, as it paves the way for the evolution of new forms of life that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. The extinction of many anaerobic organisms creates new ecological niches that are quickly filled by aerobic organisms, leading to a rapid diversification of life on Earth. The impact of this mass extinction event is still felt today, as it sets the stage for the development of the complex web of life that we see around us. But it also paves the way for new forms of life to evolve. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere creates new opportunities for the evolution of aerobic organisms, which are able to utilize oxygen in their metabolic processes. These organisms are able to thrive in the new, oxygen-rich environment, leading to a rapid diversification of life on Earth. The evolution of aerobic organisms marks a significant milestone in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex forms of life that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere also has a significant impact on the chemistry of the oceans, leading to the formation of new types of minerals and the development of new ecological niches. Life forms that can tolerate and even utilize oxygen begin to thrive. These aerobic organisms are able to take advantage of the new, oxygen-rich environment, leading to a rapid diversification of life on Earth. The evolution of aerobic organisms marks a significant milestone in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex forms of life that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere also has a significant impact on the chemistry of the oceans, leading to the formation of new types of minerals and the development of new ecological niches. The success of aerobic organisms in these environments has a profound impact on the evolution of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex organisms that are capable of harnessing the energy of sunlight in similar ways. The Earth's atmosphere slowly transforms. Oxygen levels rise. This transformation has a profound impact on the planet, as it creates new opportunities for the evolution of aerobic organisms, while simultaneously driving many anaerobic organisms to the brink of extinction. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere is a slow and gradual process, taking millions of years to reach levels that are sufficient to support the development of more complex organisms. The presence of oxygen in the atmosphere also has a significant impact on the chemistry of the oceans, leading to the formation of new types of minerals and the development of new ecological niches. The transformation of the Earth's atmosphere is a key event in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex forms of life that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. This has a profound impact on the planet. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere creates new opportunities for the evolution of aerobic organisms, while simultaneously driving many anaerobic organisms to the brink of extinction. The transformation of the Earth's atmosphere is a slow and gradual process, taking millions of years to reach levels that are sufficient to support the development of more complex organisms. The presence of oxygen in the atmosphere also has a significant impact on the chemistry of the oceans, leading to the formation of new types of minerals and the development of new ecological niches. The transformation of the Earth's atmosphere is a key event in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex forms of life that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. It allows for the formation of the ozone layer, which shields the Earth from harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. The formation of the ozone layer is a key event in the history of life on Earth, as it provides a protective shield that allows life to move out of the oceans and onto land. The ozone layer is formed by the interaction of oxygen molecules with ultraviolet radiation from the sun, creating a layer of ozone that absorbs and blocks harmful UV rays. This protective shield allows life to thrive on land, as it provides a safe environment for the development of more complex organisms. The formation of the ozone layer is a key event in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex forms of life that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. This protection makes it possible for life to move out of the oceans and onto land. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere and the formation of the ozone layer create new opportunities for the evolution of terrestrial organisms, which are able to take advantage of the new oxygen-rich environment. The evolution of terrestrial organisms marks a significant milestone in the history of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex forms of life that are capable of utilizing oxygen in their metabolic processes. The rise of oxygen levels in the atmosphere and the formation of the ozone layer also have a significant impact on the chemistry of the oceans, leading to the formation of new types of minerals and the development of new ecological niches. The success of terrestrial organisms in these environments has a profound impact on the evolution of life on Earth, as it sets the stage for the development of more complex organisms that are capable of harnessing the energy of sunlight in similar ways. Section 6. Life explodes in the oceans. The story of life on Earth is a tale of constant change and adaptation, and nowhere is this more evident than in the oceans. From the simplest single-celled organisms to the complex marine ecosystems we see today, the oceans have been a crucible of evolution and innovation. In this chapter, we will explore the incredible journey of life in the oceans, from its humble beginnings to the dramatic explosion of diversity that has shaped the marine world. Life flourishes in the oceans. The vast blue expanse of the oceans is teeming with life, from the smallest plankton to the largest whales. These waters are home to an astonishing array of organisms, each uniquely adapted to their environment. Coral reefs, kelp forests, and deep-sea vents are just a few of the diverse habitats that support this incredible biodiversity. The oceans are not just a backdrop for life. They are a dynamic and ever-changing environment that has driven the evolution of countless species. Over millions of years, single-celled organisms give rise to more complex multicellular life. The earliest life forms in the oceans were simple single-celled organisms. These tiny pioneers laid the foundation for all future life on Earth. Through a process of gradual evolution, these single-celled organisms began to form colonies and eventually gave rise to multicellular life. This transition was a monumental step in the history of life, allowing for greater complexity and specialization. Cells began to differentiate, taking on specific roles and functions, leading to the development of tissues, organs, and ultimately entire organisms. The first animals appear, soft-bodied creatures like jellyfish and worms. These early animals were simple and lacked hard parts, making them difficult to fossilize. However, their impact on the marine environment was profound. They began to interact with their surroundings in new ways, feeding on smaller organisms and each other. This marked the beginning of a complex web of interactions that would drive the evolution of more diverse and specialized life forms. They are followed by creatures with shells and skeletons, providing protection and support. The development of hard parts was a game changer for marine life. Shells and skeletons offered protection from predators and environmental hazards, allowing these organisms to explore new niches and habitats. This innovation also led to an explosion of diversity, as different species evolved various forms and structures to suit their needs. The fossil record from this time is rich with evidence of these early experiments in body design, showcasing a wide range of shapes and sizes. The Cambrian explosion, a period of unprecedented biological innovation, marks a turning point in the history of life. New body plans evolve. The Cambrian explosion, occurring around 541 million years ago, was a time of rapid evolutionary change. In a relatively short span of geological time, nearly all major animal groups appeared. This period saw the emergence of complex body plans, including segmented bodies, exoskeletons, and specialized appendages. The diversity of life forms that evolved during the Cambrian explosion is truly staggering, and many of these early designs can still be seen in modern marine animals. Animals with eyes, limbs, and complex nervous systems appear. The development of sensory organs and nervous systems allowed animals to interact with their environment in new and sophisticated ways. Eyes provided the ability to see predators and prey, while limbs enabled movement and manipulation of objects. These innovations gave rise to new behaviors and strategies for survival, driving further evolutionary change. The complexity of these early animals set the stage for the incredible diversity of life that would follow. The oceans become a kaleidoscope of life, from trilobites scuttling across the seafloor to giant predatory anomalocarids. Trilobites, with their segmented bodies and hard exoskeletons, were among the most successful and diverse groups of early marine animals. They thrived in a variety of environments, from shallow coastal waters to deep ocean floors. Meanwhile, the anomalocarids, with their large grasping appendages and powerful jaws, were the top predators of their time. These ancient oceans were a bustling arena of life, with countless species competing for resources and survival. This burst of evolution is driven by a complex interplay of factors. Several key factors contributed to the rapid diversification of life during the Cambrian explosion. Environmental changes, such as shifts in ocean chemistry and climate, created new opportunities for life to thrive. Genetic innovations, including the development of new genes and regulatory networks, allowed for greater complexity and variation. Additionally, ecological interactions such as predation and competition drove the evolution of new adaptations and strategies for survival. Together, these factors created a perfect storm for evolutionary innovation. Rising oxygen levels provide more energy for larger, more active animals. One of the most significant factors driving the Cambrian explosion was the increase in oxygen levels in the oceans. Higher oxygen concentrations allowed for more efficient metabolism and energy production, enabling the evolution of larger and more active animals. This increase in metabolic capacity supported the development of complex body structures and behaviors, further fueling the diversification of life. The rise in oxygen levels was likely driven by the proliferation of photosynthetic organisms, which released oxygen as a byproduct of their metabolic processes. The evolution of predation creates an arms race, driving the development of new defenses and adaptations. Predation emerged as a powerful force in shaping the evolution of marine life. As predators evolved new ways to capture and consume prey, their targets developed a variety of defenses to avoid being eaten. This evolutionary arms race led to the development of hard shells, spines, and other protective structures, as well as behaviors such as burrowing and camouflage. The constant interplay between predators and prey drove the evolution of increasingly sophisticated adaptations, contributing to the overall diversity of life in the oceans. The stage is set for the next chapter in life's journey, the colonization of land. As life in the oceans continued to evolve and diversify, some organisms began to explore new frontiers. The transition from water to land was one of the most significant events in the history of life on Earth. Early pioneers such as certain types of algae and invertebrates began to colonize the shoreline, taking advantage of the new habitats and resources available on land. This move set the stage for the eventual rise of terrestrial plants and animals, leading to the rich and diverse ecosystems we see today. The story of life in the oceans is a testament to the power of evolution and the incredible adaptability of living organisms. From the simplest single-celled organisms to the complex marine ecosystems of today, the oceans have been a crucible of innovation and change. As we continue to explore and study these vast and mysterious waters, we gain a deeper understanding of the history of life on Earth and the forces that have shaped it. Section 7. From Sea to Land, a Daring Leap. This chapter delves into one of the most significant transitions in the history of life on Earth. The journey from the vast, mysterious oceans to the solid, unyielding land was a monumental leap that required incredible adaptations and innovations. It was a journey fraught with challenges, but it also opened up a world of new opportunities and possibilities. Let's explore this fascinating journey in detail. Life begins to explore the edges of the sea. The shoreline, a dynamic and ever-changing environment, becomes a testing ground for the first brave pioneers. These early explorers are simple, single-celled organisms, but they possess the remarkable ability to adapt to the fluctuating conditions of the tidal zone. As the tides ebb and flow, these organisms are exposed to both water and air, forcing them to develop new strategies for survival. Plants take the lead, their roots anchoring them to the shore. These early plants, known as algae, are the first to venture onto land. They begin to colonize the damp, nutrient-rich soil along the water's edge. Over time, they evolve into more complex forms, developing roots to anchor themselves firmly in place and to absorb water and nutrients from the soil. These roots also help to stabilize the soil, preventing erosion and creating a more hospitable environment for other forms of life. They evolve ways to survive out of water, developing waxy coatings to prevent dehydration and specialized tissues to transport water and nutrients. The waxy coating, known as the cuticle, helps to reduce water loss by creating a barrier between the plant's tissues and the dry air. Meanwhile, the development of vascular tissues such as xylem and phloem allows plants to transport water and nutrients from their roots to their leaves, enabling them to grow taller and reach more sunlight. They are followed by animals venturing onto land in search of food and new habitats. The first animals to make this daring leap are small, simple creatures such as worms and arthropods. These early pioneers are drawn to the rich food sources available on land, including the abundant plant life and the detritus washed up by the tides. As they explore this new environment, they begin to develop new adaptations to help them survive and thrive on land. Arthropods, with their exoskeletons providing support and protection, are among the first animals to successfully colonize land. Their hard, chitinous exoskeletons not only protect them from predators and environmental hazards, but also help to prevent water loss. Additionally, their jointed limbs allow them to move efficiently on land, giving them a significant advantage over other early land dwellers. Over time, arthropods diversify into a wide range of forms, including insects, spiders, and crustaceans, each adapted to different niches on land. They are followed by amphibians, creatures that straddle the boundary between water and land. Amphibians, such as frogs and salamanders, are among the first vertebrates to venture onto land. They possess a unique combination of adaptations that allow them to live both in water and on land. Their moist, permeable skin enables them to absorb oxygen from the air, while their strong muscular limbs allow them to move effectively on land. However, they remain closely tied to water as they need it for reproduction and to keep their skin moist. They lay their eggs in water, and their young go through a larval stage in aquatic environments. The eggs of amphibians are soft and jelly-like, lacking the protective shells of reptile and bird eggs. As a result, they must be laid in water to prevent them from drying out. The young, known as tadpoles, hatch from these eggs and spend the early stages of their lives in water, where they breathe through gills and feed on algae and small invertebrates. As they grow, they undergo a dramatic transformation, developing lungs and limbs that allow them to transition to life on land. The colonization of land is a perilous journey. The transition from water to land presents a host of new challenges and dangers. Animals must contend with the harsh, dry conditions of the terrestrial environment, as well as the increased exposure to predators and the need to find new sources of food and shelter. Many early pioneers failed to make the transition, succumbing to the unforgiving conditions of the land. However, those that do succeed pave the way for future generations, gradually transforming the landscape and creating new ecosystems. Animals must adapt to new challenges, breathing air, supporting their weight against gravity, and finding ways to reproduce out of water. The development of lungs is a crucial adaptation for life on land, allowing animals to extract oxygen from the air. Additionally, the evolution of strong, supportive skeletons and muscles enables animals to move and support their weight in the absence of buoyant water. Reproduction also poses a significant challenge, as eggs laid on land are at risk of drying out. To overcome this, many animals develop protective shells or other mechanisms to keep their eggs moist and safe. Those that succeed open up a vast new world of possibilities, leading to the evolution of the reptiles, birds, and mammals we know today. The successful colonization of land marks the beginning of a new era in the history of life on Earth. Over millions of years, animals continue to evolve and diversify, giving rise to a stunning array of forms and adaptations. Reptiles with their scaly skin and amniotic eggs become the dominant land animals, followed by the rise of birds and mammals, each with their own unique adaptations for life on land. This incredible journey from sea to land is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of life, and it continues to shape the world we live in today. Section 8. The Age of Giants. The Carboniferous period, spanning from approximately 359 to 299 million years ago, is a fascinating chapter in Earth's history. This era is often referred to as the Age of Giants due to the remarkable size of the flora and fauna that thrived during this time. The world was a vastly different place, with dense forests, towering plants, and an atmosphere rich in oxygen. This unique combination of factors created an environment where life could grow to extraordinary proportions. The Carboniferous period marks the reign of giant insects. Insects, which had already been around for millions of years, reached unprecedented sizes during this time. The fossil record reveals astonishing examples of these ancient giants preserved in exquisite detail. Imagine walking through a forest and encountering a dragonfly with a wingspan of over 2 feet or a millipede longer than a human. These creatures were not only larger than their modern counterparts but also more diverse, with a wide range of species filling various ecological niches. Dragonflies with wingspans of over 2 feet soar through the air. These magnificent insects, known as Meganeura, were among the largest flying insects ever to exist. Their impressive size was made possible by the high oxygen levels in the atmosphere, which allowed their respiratory systems to function more efficiently. Meganeura were formidable predators, hunting other insects and even small vertebrates with their powerful jaws and keen eyesight. Their presence in the Carboniferous skies would have been a sight to behold, a testament to the incredible diversity of life during this period. Millipedes longer than a human stride across the forest floor. These colossal arthropods, known as Arthropleura, could reach lengths of up to 8 feet, making them the largest land invertebrates of all time. Despite their intimidating size, Arthropleura were likely herbivores, feeding on the abundant plant material that covered the forest floor. Their segmented bodies and numerous legs allowed them to navigate the dense undergrowth with ease, while their tough exoskeletons provided protection from predators. The sight of an 8-foot-long millipede crawling through the ancient forest would have been both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The high oxygen levels of this period allow insects to grow to immense sizes, their respiratory systems able to deliver oxygen more efficiently. This phenomenon, known as oxygen gigantism, is a key factor in the evolution of these giant insects. The atmosphere during the Carboniferous period contained up to 35% oxygen, compared to the 21% we have today. This increased oxygen availability allowed insects to overcome the limitations of their tracheal respiratory systems, enabling them to grow larger and more complex. The result was a world teeming with giant insects, each adapted to its unique ecological niche. These giant insects are not the only remarkable creatures of this time. The Carboniferous period also saw the rise of amphibians, which diversified and thrived in the warm, humid climate. Amphibians were among the first vertebrates to venture onto land, and their success paved the way for the evolution of other terrestrial animals. The fossil record reveals a wide variety of amphibian species, ranging from small salamander-like creatures to large crocodile-like predators. These early amphibians played a crucial role in the ecosystems of the Carboniferous period, occupying a range of ecological niches and contributing to the overall diversity of life. Amphibians diversify and thrive, giving rise to the first reptiles. The transition from amphibians to reptiles was a significant milestone in the history of life on Earth. Reptiles, with their scaly skin and amniotic eggs, were better adapted to life on land than their amphibian ancestors. The development of the amniotic egg, which contains a protective shell and a series of membranes that provide nourishment and waste removal, allowed reptiles to reproduce away from water sources. This adaptation opened up new ecological niches and enabled reptiles to colonize a wider range of habitats. Reptiles with their scaly skin and amniotic eggs are better adapted to life on land. Their tough, scaly skin provides protection against desiccation and predators, while their amniotic eggs allow them to reproduce in a variety of environments. This combination of traits gave reptiles a significant advantage over amphibians, enabling them to explore new habitats and diversify into a wide range of species. The early reptiles of the Carboniferous period were relatively small and simple compared to their later descendants, but they laid the foundation for the incredible diversity of reptiles that would follow. They can venture further from water sources, opening up new ecological niches. The ability to reproduce away from water allowed reptiles to colonize dry, arid environments that were previously inaccessible to amphibians. This expansion into new habitats led to the evolution of a wide variety of reptilian species, each adapted to its unique ecological niche. Some reptiles became specialized predators, while others evolved herbivorous diets. The success of these early reptiles set the stage for the dominance of reptiles in later periods, including the age of the dinosaurs. Plants continue to evolve, with ferns, horsetails, and giant club mosses forming vast forests. The Carboniferous period was a time of significant plant evolution, with the development of new plant groups and the expansion of existing ones. Ferns, horsetails, and club mosses were among the dominant plants of this era, forming dense swampy forests that covered much of the land. These plants played a crucial role in the Carboniferous ecosystems, providing food and habitat for a wide variety of animals. The vast forests of the Carboniferous period were not only important for the organisms that lived in them but also had a significant impact on the Earth's atmosphere and climate. These forests trapped vast amounts of carbon dioxide, leading to a decrease in atmospheric CO2 and an increase in oxygen. The dense vegetation of the Carboniferous period acted as a massive carbon sink, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through photosynthesis. This process not only reduced the levels of CO2 in the atmosphere but also contributed to the high oxygen levels that characterized this period. The increase in oxygen had a profound impact on the evolution of life, enabling the growth of giant insects and other large organisms. The Carboniferous forest played a crucial role in shaping the Earth's climate and atmosphere, creating the conditions necessary for the evolution of complex life forms. The remains of these ancient forests, buried and compressed over millions of years, will become the coal deposits we rely on today. The vast forests of the Carboniferous period eventually gave rise to the extensive coal deposits that are found around the world. As plants died and were buried under layers of sediment, they were subjected to heat and pressure, transforming them into coal over millions of years. These coal deposits have been a vital energy source for human civilization, powering the Industrial Revolution and continuing to play a significant role in our energy landscape. The legacy of the Carboniferous period lives on in the coal that fuels our modern world, a testament to the enduring impact of this remarkable era in Earth's history. Section 9. A Planet of Ice and Change. In this chapter, we delve into the fascinating and tumultuous history of our planet, a history marked by dramatic climate shifts and the relentless march of time. From the icy grip of the ice ages to the dynamic changes that have shaped the Earth, we explore how these transformations have influenced the world we know today. The Earth undergoes dramatic climate shifts. Over millions of years, our planet has experienced periods of intense cold and warmth, each leaving an indelible mark on the landscape and the life it supports. These shifts are driven by a complex interplay of factors, including changes in the Earth's orbit, volcanic activity, and variations in solar radiation. As glaciers advance and retreat, they sculpt the land, carving out valleys and shaping mountains. The evidence of these ancient ice ages can be seen in the rocks and sediments that tell the story of our planet's past. Ice ages gripped the planet, locking up vast amounts of water in polar ice caps. During these periods, the Earth's temperature drops significantly, leading to the expansion of ice sheets that cover large portions of the continents. These ice sheets can be several kilometers thick, and their immense weight causes the Earth's crust to deform. As the ice advances, it grinds down the underlying rock, creating a landscape of rugged terrain and deep fjords. The polar regions become inhospitable, with temperatures plummeting to extreme lows. Sea levels fall, exposing new land bridges. As the ice sheets grow, they lock up vast quantities of water, causing global sea levels to drop. This exposes land bridges that connect continents, allowing species to migrate and disperse. These land bridges play a crucial role in the movement of animals and plants, facilitating the exchange of genetic material and the spread of species to new areas. The Bering Land Bridge, for example, connected Asia and North America, enabling the migration of humans and other species between the continents. These changes have a profound impact on life, driving evolution and extinction on a global scale. The shifting climate creates new habitats and challenges for organisms, leading to the rise and fall of species. Some species adapt to the changing conditions, evolving new traits that allow them to survive and thrive. Others are unable to cope with the changes and go extinct. The fossil record provides a window into this dynamic history, revealing the diversity of life that once existed and the dramatic changes that have shaped the Earth's biosphere. The Pleistocene epoch, the most recent ice age, sees the rise of iconic megafauna, woolly mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and giant sloths. These large animals are well adapted to the cold, harsh conditions of the glacial periods. Woolly mammoths, with their thick fur and large size, are able to withstand the freezing temperatures. Saber-toothed cats, with their powerful build and long curved teeth, are formidable predators. Giant sloths, despite their slow movement, are able to survive by foraging on the sparse vegetation that grows in the icy landscapes. And giant sloths roam the earth. These megafauna play a crucial role in their ecosystems, shaping the environment through their activities. Woolly mammoths, for example, help to maintain the grasslands by trampling down trees and shrubs, creating open areas for other species to thrive. The presence of these large animals also influences the behavior of other species, including predators and scavengers. The interactions between these animals create a complex web of relationships that define the Pleistocene ecosystems. These animals are adapted to the cold, dry conditions of the glacial periods with thick fur, specialized teeth, and large body sizes to conserve heat. The thick fur of woolly mammoths provides insulation against the cold, while their large size helps to retain body heat. Saber-toothed cats have long, sharp teeth that allow them to take down large prey, while their muscular build gives them the strength to overpower their victims. These adaptations are the result of millions of years of evolution, shaped by the harsh conditions of the ice ages. These ice age giants share the planet with our own ancestors, early humans. The presence of these large animals presents both opportunities and challenges for early humans. On one hand, the megafauna provide a valuable source of food and resources. On the other hand, they pose a significant threat, as early humans must compete with these powerful animals for survival. The interactions between early humans and megafauna are complex and multifaceted, shaping the course of human evolution and development. Humans, with their intelligence and adaptability, navigate the challenges of this changing world. Early humans develop a range of strategies to survive in the harsh conditions of the ice ages. They create tools and weapons to hunt and defend themselves using materials such as stone, bone, and wood. They also develop clothing and shelters to protect themselves from the cold, using animal hides and other materials to create warm, insulated garments and structures. These innovations are a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of early humans. They develop tools, clothing, and shelter to survive in harsh environments. The tools and weapons created by early humans are sophisticated and effective, allowing them to hunt large animals and defend themselves from predators. The clothing and shelters they create provide protection from the elements, enabling them to survive in the cold, icy landscapes. These innovations are crucial for the survival of early humans, allowing them to thrive in environments that would otherwise be inhospitable. They migrate across continents, following herds of animals and seeking new resources. The movement of early humans is driven by the need to find food and resources, as well as the changing climate. As the ice sheets advance and retreat, early humans must adapt to the shifting landscapes, moving to new areas in search of better conditions. This migration leads to the spread of human populations across the globe, with early humans reaching every continent except Antarctica. The journey of early humans is a testament to their resilience and adaptability as they navigate the challenges of a changing world. Section 10. The first spark of humanity. In the vast expanse of time, there comes a moment that defines the dawn of a new era. This is the story of that moment, the first spark of humanity, a tale that begins in the heart of Africa, where the cradle of humankind rocked gently in the embrace of nature. In the heart of Africa, a new species emerges, Homo sapiens. These early humans, our direct ancestors, began their journey in a world teeming with life, a world that would challenge them, shape them, and ultimately be transformed by them. The African savanna, with its golden grasses and diverse wildlife, was both a home and a crucible, testing the resilience and ingenuity of these early pioneers. We are not the first humans, but we will become the most successful. Before Homo sapiens, there were other human species, each with their own unique adaptations and stories. From the robust Neanderthals to the diminutive Homo floresiensis, the human family tree is a testament to the diversity and adaptability of our genus. Yet it is Homo sapiens who will leave the most indelible mark on the world, a mark that begins with our ability to think, to innovate, and to connect with one another in ways that no other species could. Our large brains, capable of complex thought and problem solving, give us a distinct advantage. The human brain, with its intricate network of neurons and synapses, is a marvel of evolution. It allows us to solve problems, to plan for the future, and to understand the world in abstract terms. This cognitive leap is what sets us apart, enabling us to create tools, to build shelters, and to develop strategies for survival that are far more sophisticated than those of our ancestors. We are adaptable, resourceful, and driven by a thirst for exploration. From the moment Homo sapiens first stood upright, we have been on the move. Our ancestors migrated out of Africa, spreading across continents, adapting to new environments, and overcoming countless challenges. This spirit of exploration is deeply ingrained in our DNA, driving us to seek out new horizons, to push the boundaries of what is possible, and to continually strive for a better understanding of the world around us. We develop sophisticated tools using stone, bone, and wood to hunt, gather, and build. The creation of tools marks a significant milestone in human evolution. These early implements, fashioned from the materials at hand, allowed our ancestors to hunt more effectively, to process food more efficiently, and to build shelters that provided protection from the elements. Each tool was a step forward, a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the human mind. We harness fire, not only for warmth and light, but also for cooking, which unlocks more nutrients from food. The control of fire is one of the most significant achievements in human history. It provided warmth in cold climates, light in the darkness, and a means to cook food, making it more digestible and nutritious. Fire also became a focal point for social gatherings, a place where stories were told and knowledge was shared, strengthening the bonds within early human communities. We developed language, a system of communication that allows us to share knowledge, coordinate activities, and pass on traditions to future generations. Language is perhaps the most powerful tool ever developed by humans. It enables us to convey complex ideas, to teach and learn, and to build societies based on shared understanding and cooperation. The development of language marks the beginning of culture, the foundation upon which all human achievements are built. We are not just survivors, we are artists, storytellers, and innovators. The evidence of early human creativity can be found in the cave paintings that adorn the walls of ancient shelters, in the intricate designs of jewelry and ornaments, and in the stories that have been passed down through generations. These expressions of creativity and imagination are what make us truly human, setting us apart from all other species. We create cave paintings, depicting the animals we hunt and the world around us. These early works of art provide a glimpse into the lives of our ancestors, their interactions with the natural world, and their spiritual beliefs. The animals depicted in these paintings were not just sources of food, they were also symbols of power, fertility, and the mysteries of the natural world. Through art, early humans were able to communicate their experiences, their hopes, and their fears, creating a shared cultural heritage that would endure for millennia. We fashioned jewelry and ornaments, expressing our creativity and identity. The creation of jewelry and other personal adornments is a reflection of the human desire for self-expression and social connection. These items were not just decorative, they also served as symbols of status, identity, and group affiliation. The craftsmanship and artistry involved in making these objects demonstrate the advanced skills and aesthetic sensibilities of early humans. We begin to shape our environment, leaving our mark on the planet in new and profound ways. The transition from nomadic hunter-gatherer societies to settled agricultural communities marks a turning point in human history. With the development of agriculture, humans began to alter the landscape, cultivating crops and domesticating animals. This shift allowed for the growth of larger, more complex societies, leading to the rise of cities, the development of trade, and the creation of new technologies. As we shaped our environment, we also began to shape our destiny, setting the stage for the remarkable journey of human civilization. Section 11. Mastering Fire, Shaping Tools. The mastery of fire marks a pivotal moment in human history. It is a skill that not only sets us apart from other species, but also propels us forward in ways that are both profound and transformative. Imagine the first time our ancestors managed to control fire. The flickering flames must have seemed like magic, a powerful force that could both create and destroy. This newfound ability to harness fire opened up a world of possibilities, fundamentally altering the course of human evolution. Fire becomes central to human life. It is not just a source of heat or light, it becomes a cornerstone of our very existence. The ability to create and control fire allows early humans to venture into colder climates, expanding their territories and exploring new lands. The warmth of the fire provides comfort and safety, making it possible to survive in harsh environments that would otherwise be uninhabitable. The fire becomes a gathering point, a place where stories are told, knowledge is shared, and communities are built. It provides warmth in the cold, light in the darkness, and protection from predators. The fire's glow extends the day, allowing activities to continue even after the sun has set. It becomes a beacon in the night, a symbol of safety and security. The fire's crackling sounds and dancing flames create a sense of home, a place where early humans can relax and feel at ease. The fire also serves as a deterrent to predators, keeping dangerous animals at bay and providing a sense of security that is crucial for survival. It transforms our relationship with food, allowing us to cook meat, making it safer and easier to digest. Cooking food over an open flame not only enhances its flavor but also breaks down tough fibers and kills harmful bacteria. This makes the food more palatable and nutritious, providing a reliable source of sustenance. The act of cooking becomes a communal activity, bringing people together and fostering a sense of unity. The aroma of roasting meat fills the air, signaling a successful hunt and the promise of a hearty meal. This unlocks more calories and nutrients, fueling the development of our brains. The increased caloric intake supports the growth of larger brains, which in turn enhances cognitive abilities. This sets the stage for more complex thought processes, problem-solving skills, and social interactions. The brain's evolution is closely linked to our dietary changes, and the mastery of fire plays a crucial role in this process. As our brains grow and develop, so too does our capacity for innovation and creativity. We refine our tool-making skills, developing specialized tools for different tasks. The ability to create and use tools is another defining characteristic of human evolution. Early humans learned to shape stones and bones into tools that serve specific purposes, from hunting and butchering to building and crafting. The process of tool-making requires precision and skill, as well as an understanding of materials and techniques. This knowledge is passed down through generations, becoming more sophisticated over time. We craft hand axes, spear points, and scrapers with increasing precision and skill. These tools become extensions of our bodies, enhancing our abilities and enabling us to perform tasks that would otherwise be impossible. The hand axe, for example, is a versatile tool that can be used for chopping, cutting, and digging. Spear points are essential for hunting, allowing early humans to take down large game from a distance. Scrapers are used to clean hides and prepare materials for clothing and shelter. We use these tools to hunt more effectively, to process food more efficiently, and to build more sophisticated shelters. The ability to hunt large game provides a steady source of meat, which is essential for survival. Processing food becomes more efficient with the use of specialized tools, reducing waste and increasing the availability of edible resources. Building shelters becomes easier and more effective, providing protection from the elements and creating a safe space for families and communities. Our tools are not just practical, they are also expressions of our ingenuity and creativity. The process of tool making becomes an art form, with early humans experimenting with different shapes, sizes, and designs. Tools are often decorated with intricate patterns and carvings, reflecting the cultural and symbolic significance they hold. These decorations serve as a form of communication, conveying information about the tool's purpose, the identity of its maker, and the values of the community. We begin to experiment with different materials using bone, antler, and ivory to create tools and ornaments. The use of these materials adds a new dimension to toolmaking, allowing for greater versatility and creativity. Bone and antler are strong and durable, making them ideal for crafting tools that require precision and strength. Ivory, with its smooth texture and natural beauty, is often used for decorative purposes, creating ornaments that are both functional and aesthetically pleasing. We decorate our tools with carvings and engravings, imbuing them with meaning and symbolism. These decorations are not just for show, they serve as a form of storytelling, preserving the history and traditions of our ancestors. The carvings often depict scenes from daily life, hunting expeditions, and spiritual beliefs, providing a glimpse into the world of early humans. The engravings also serve as a form of identification, marking the tools as belonging to a particular individual or group. Around the fire, stories are shared and knowledge is passed down from one generation to the next. The fire becomes a focal point for social interaction, a place where people come together to share their experiences and learn from one another. The stories told around the fire are not just entertainment, they are a means of preserving cultural heritage and transmitting important information. These stories often contain valuable lessons about survival, morality, and the natural world, helping to shape the values and beliefs of the community. Elders teach the younger generation the skills they need to survive, from tool making and hunting to cooking and shelter building. This transfer of knowledge is essential for the continuity of the community, ensuring that each new generation is equipped with the skills and wisdom of their ancestors. The process of learning is hands-on, with young people observing and practicing under the guidance of experienced elders. This apprenticeship system fosters a strong sense of community and mutual support as everyone works together to ensure the survival and prosperity of the group. Artistic expression flourishes, with early humans creating cave paintings, carvings, and other forms of art. These artistic endeavors are not just a means of self-expression, they also serve as a way to communicate ideas, beliefs, and experiences. The cave paintings often depict scenes of hunting, daily life, and spiritual rituals, providing a visual record of the world as seen through the eyes of early humans. The act of creating art is a communal activity, with people working together to create large-scale murals and intricate carvings. Fire also plays a central role in spiritual and ceremonial practices. The flickering flames are seen as a connection to the divine, a way to communicate with the spirits and seek their guidance. Ceremonial fires are often used in rituals to mark important events, such as births, deaths, and seasonal changes. These rituals help to strengthen the bonds within the community, providing a sense of continuity and shared purpose. The fire's transformative power is seen as a symbol of renewal and rebirth, a reminder of the cyclical nature of life. The techniques for making and controlling fire become more sophisticated over time. Early humans learned to create fire using various methods, such as striking stones together to create sparks or using friction to generate heat. These techniques require skill and practice, as well as an understanding of the materials and conditions needed to start a fire. The ability to create fire on demand is a game changer, providing a reliable source of heat, light, and protection whenever it is needed. Fire is used in a variety of ways, from cooking and heating to crafting and protection. The versatility of fire makes it an invaluable tool, one that can be adapted to meet the needs of different situations. Early humans experiment with different ways to use fire, discovering new applications and techniques. For example, fire is used to harden wooden tools, making them more durable and effective. It is also used to clear land for agriculture, creating fertile soil for planting crops. The mastery of fire paves the way for new technologies and innovations. The ability to control fire leads to the development of pottery, metallurgy, and other advanced techniques. Pottery allows for the creation of durable containers for storing food and water, while metallurgy enables the crafting of stronger and more versatile tools. These technological advancements have a profound impact on human society, leading to increased productivity, improved living conditions, and the growth of complex civilizations. As our technological capabilities grow, so too does our ability to build and sustain larger communities. The development of agriculture and permanent settlements leads to the rise of villages and towns with complex social structures and organized systems of governance. The mastery of fire and the innovations it enables are at the heart of this transformation, providing the foundation for the growth and development of human civilization. The fire that once flickered in the darkness now burns brightly, lighting the way for future generations. Today, we continue to build on the legacy of our ancestors, using fire in ways they could never have imagined. From the controlled flames of a modern kitchen to the powerful engines that drive our technology, fire remains a central force in our lives. The journey that began with the simple act of striking a spark has led to a world of endless possibilities, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the human spirit. As we look to the future, we carry with us the lessons of the past, ever mindful of the power and potential of the fire that burns within us all. Language, a defining characteristic of our species, emerges and evolves. It is not just a tool for communication but a cornerstone of human civilization. From the earliest grunts and gestures to the complex languages we speak today, the journey of language is a testament to our ingenuity and adaptability. Imagine the first humans huddled around a fire trying to convey their thoughts and emotions. They used whatever means they had, sounds, gestures, and even facial expressions. Over time, these rudimentary forms of communication became more sophisticated, allowing for the expression of more complex ideas and emotions. We developed complex systems of communication, using sounds, gestures, and symbols to convey meaning. These early systems were the building blocks of language, enabling us to share our experiences and knowledge. The ability to communicate effectively gave us a significant advantage over other species. It allowed us to work together to plan and to solve problems collectively. As our communication skills improved, so did our ability to form social bonds and build communities. Language became the glue that held our societies together, enabling us to cooperate and thrive in a challenging world. Language revolutionizes our ability to cooperate, to share knowledge, and to pass on cultural traditions. It is through language that we can tell stories, share experiences, and transmit information across generations. These stories and traditions form the foundation of our cultures, shaping our identities and guiding our actions. Imagine the first storytellers weaving tales of heroism, adventure, and wisdom. Their stories were not just entertainment, but a means of preserving knowledge and teaching important lessons. Through storytelling, we could pass on valuable information about survival, morality, and the natural world. With language, we can tell stories, share experiences, and transmit information across generations. This ability to communicate and share knowledge is what sets us apart from other species. It allows us to build on the achievements of our ancestors, to learn from their mistakes, and to continue their legacy. Language is the thread that connects us to our past and guides us into the future. It is through language that we can preserve our history, our culture, and our identity. The stories we tell and the knowledge we share are the building blocks of our civilization. We can coordinate hunts, plan for the future, and pass on knowledge about the natural world. The ability to communicate effectively is crucial for survival. It allows us to work together, to strategize, and to adapt to changing circumstances. Imagine a group of early humans planning a hunt. They would need to communicate their plans, to coordinate their actions, and to share their knowledge of the terrain and the behavior of their prey. This ability to work together and to share knowledge is what enabled us to thrive in a challenging and often hostile environment. Language allows us to form stronger social bonds, to resolve conflicts, and to build more complex societies. It is through language that we can express our thoughts and emotions, to understand and to be understood. This ability to communicate and to connect with others is what makes us human. It allows us to build relationships, to form communities, and to create a sense of belonging. Imagine the first communities coming together to share their lives and to support each other. They would need to communicate their needs, their desires, and their concerns. Through language, they could build trust, resolve conflicts, and create a sense of unity. Our creative impulses find new outlets. With the development of language, we can express our creativity in new and exciting ways. We can tell stories, create art, and share our ideas with others. This ability to express ourselves and to share our creativity is what makes us unique. It allows us to explore new possibilities, to push the boundaries of what is possible, and to create a better future. Imagine the first artists using their creativity to express their thoughts and emotions. They would use whatever materials they had, charcoal, ochre, and even their own hands, to create stunning works of art. We paint on cave walls, creating stunning images of animals, hunts, and abstract patterns. These early works of art are a testament to our creativity and our desire to express ourselves. They are a window into the minds of our ancestors, revealing their thoughts, their beliefs, and their experiences. Imagine the first cave painters carefully applying pigment to the walls of their caves. They would use their art to tell stories, to record their experiences, and to express their beliefs. These early works of art are not just beautiful, but also meaningful, reflecting the values and the culture of the people who created them. We carve figures from bone and antler, capturing the likeness of animals and humans. These early sculptures are a testament to our skill and our creativity. They reveal our ability to observe and to represent the world around us. Imagine the first sculptors carefully carving their figures from bone and antler. They would use their skill and their creativity to capture the likeness of the animals and the people they saw around them. These early sculptures are not just beautiful, but also meaningful, reflecting the values and the culture of the people who created them. These early forms of art express our creativity, our spirituality, and our connection to the natural world. They reveal our desire to understand and to represent the world around us. They are a testament to our creativity and our desire to express ourselves. Imagine the first artists using their creativity to explore their spirituality and their connection to the natural world. They would use their art to express their beliefs, to explore their spirituality, and to connect with the world around them. These early works of art are not just beautiful, but also meaningful, reflecting the values and the culture of the people who created them. For tens of thousands of years, we live as hunter-gatherers. Our existence is deeply intertwined with the natural world, and our survival depends on our ability to adapt to its ever-changing rhythms. We are constantly on the move, following the migrations of animals and the cycles of the seasons. Our lives are a delicate balance of hunting, foraging, and gathering, and we have developed a profound understanding of the land and its resources. We roam the earth in small nomadic bands, following the migrations of animals and the cycles of the seasons. Our movements are dictated by the availability of food and water, and we have learned to read the signs of nature to guide us. We travel light, carrying only what we need, and we are always ready to move at a moment's notice. Our homes are temporary shelters made from materials we find along the way, and we leave little trace of our presence as we move from place to place. We rely on our knowledge of the land, our hunting skills, and our ability to cooperate to survive. Hunting is a communal activity requiring teamwork and coordination. We use a variety of tools and techniques to track and capture our prey, and we have developed a deep understanding of animal behavior. Our success as hunters depends on our ability to work together, to communicate effectively, and to anticipate the movements of the animals we hunt. We are intimately connected to the natural world, dependent on its rhythms and resources. Our lives are shaped by the changing seasons, the availability of food and water, and the movements of animals. We have learned to live in harmony with nature, taking only what we need and leaving the rest for future generations. Our knowledge of the land is passed down from generation to generation, and we have developed a deep respect for the natural world and its many wonders. We observe the stars, the cycles of the moon, and the behaviors of animals, using this knowledge to navigate, to predict the seasons, and to find food. The night sky is our map, and we have learned to read its patterns to guide us on our journeys. The movements of the stars and the phases of the moon are our calendar, helping us to anticipate the changing seasons and the availability of resources. We have developed a deep understanding of the natural world and its many cycles, and this knowledge is essential to our survival. We develop a deep understanding of our environment and our place within it. Our knowledge of the land is vast and detailed, encompassing everything from the behavior of animals to the properties of plants. We know which plants are edible, which are medicinal, and which are poisonous. We understand the habits of the animals we hunt, and we have learned to track them across vast distances. Our knowledge is passed down through stories, songs, and traditions, and it is constantly evolving as we learn more about the world around us. Our lives are filled with challenges and dangers, but also with beauty and wonder. We face many threats, from predators to harsh weather, but we have learned to adapt and survive. The natural world is both our greatest ally and our greatest challenge, providing us with the resources we need to live, but also presenting us with many obstacles to overcome. Despite the hardships, we find joy in the beauty of the world around us, in the changing seasons, in the songs of birds, and in the wonders of the natural world. We gather around campfires, sharing stories, singing songs, and passing on traditions. The campfire is the heart of our community, a place where we come together to share our experiences, to teach and to learn, and to strengthen the bonds that hold us together. Our stories are a way of preserving our history, of passing on our knowledge, and of teaching the next generation about the world and their place in it. Through our songs and stories, we celebrate our successes, mourn our losses, and find meaning in our lives. We create art, music, and dance, expressing our creativity and our connection to each other and to the world around us. Our art is a reflection of our lives, depicting the animals we hunt, the landscapes we traverse, and the stories we tell. Our music and dance are expressions of our joy, our sorrow, and our connection to the natural world. Through our creativity, we find ways to connect with each other, to express our emotions, and to celebrate the beauty and wonder of the world around us. A revolution begins, one that will transform human societies and the planet itself. We begin to cultivate plants and domesticate animals. This shift from hunting and gathering to agriculture marks a profound turning point in human history. Agriculture allows us to control our food supply, to produce a surplus, and to stay in one place. Villages grow into towns and towns into cities. Populations increase and societies become more complex. We develop new technologies for farming, for storing food, and for building permanent structures. The rise of agriculture leads to specialization of labor. Not everyone needs to be involved in food production. This frees up people to develop other skills and crafts. Pottery, weaving, and metallurgy emerge, leading to new forms of art, trade, and technology. With the advent of agriculture, the seeds of civilization are sown. This monumental shift from a nomadic lifestyle to settled farming communities marks the beginning of a new era in human history. Early humans began to cultivate crops and domesticate animals, leading to a more stable and predictable food supply. This newfound stability allowed populations to grow and communities to expand. The simple act of planting seeds and harvesting crops laid the groundwork for the development of complex societies. As people settled in one place, they began to build permanent structures, creating the first villages and towns. These early farming communities were the precursors to the great civilizations that would later emerge. As populations grow and societies become more complex, we develop new ways to organize ourselves, to govern, and to interact with each other. The rise of agriculture led to surplus food production, which in turn supported larger populations and the growth of cities. In these burgeoning urban centers, people began to specialize in various trades and crafts, leading to the development of early economies. Trade and commerce flourished as goods and ideas were exchanged between different communities. The need for order and stability in these growing societies gave rise to early forms of governance. Leaders and rulers emerged, establishing laws and systems of administration to manage the complexities of urban life. These early governments laid the foundation for the political systems we have today. We create systems of writing, mathematics, and law. The invention of writing was a revolutionary development that transformed human communication and record keeping. Early writing systems such as cuneiform in Mesopotamia and hieroglyphics in Egypt allowed people to document transactions, record historical events, and communicate complex ideas. Mathematics also emerged as a crucial tool for managing agricultural production, trade, and construction projects. Ancient mathematicians developed systems for counting, measuring, and calculating, which were essential for the administration of growing societies. Legal codes, such as the Code of Hammurabi, established rules and regulations to govern behavior and resolve disputes. These early systems of writing, mathematics, and law were the building blocks of civilization. In the fertile valleys of Mesopotamia, Egypt, India, and China, the first civilizations emerged. These regions, with their rich and fertile land, provided the ideal conditions for agriculture to thrive. The abundance of resources allowed these early civilizations to grow and prosper. In Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Sumerians built impressive ziggurats and developed one of the earliest writing systems. In Egypt, the Nile River supported a civilization known for its monumental pyramids and advanced knowledge of engineering and medicine. The Indus Valley Civilization, located in present-day Pakistan and northwest India, created well-planned cities with sophisticated drainage systems. In China, the Yellow River Valley was the cradle of ancient dynasties that made significant contributions to art, philosophy, and technology. These early civilizations set the stage for the development of human culture and society. These civilizations share common characteristics: urban centers, centralized governments, complex social hierarchies, specialized labor, and systems of writing and record keeping. Urban centers served as hubs of economic, political, and cultural activity. Centralized governments provided structure and stability, enabling these societies to undertake large-scale projects and maintain order. Social hierarchies emerged, with different classes and roles within the community. Labor specialization allowed people to focus on specific tasks, leading to advancements in various fields such as agriculture, craftsmanship, and trade. Writing and record-keeping systems facilitated communication, administration, and the preservation of knowledge. These shared characteristics were the foundation upon which these early civilizations were built. These early civilizations are hubs of innovation and creativity. The need to solve practical problems and improve daily life drove technological advancements. Innovations such as the wheel, the plow, and irrigation systems revolutionized agriculture and transportation. The development of metallurgy allowed for the creation of stronger tools and weapons. In addition to technological advancements, these civilizations made significant contributions to the arts. Early artists and craftsmen created beautiful pottery, sculptures, and jewelry. Music, dance, and storytelling were important aspects of cultural life, providing entertainment and preserving traditions. These early civilizations were also centers of intellectual activity, where scholars and thinkers explored new ideas and made groundbreaking discoveries. They developed impressive architectural monuments, sophisticated irrigation systems, and new forms of art, literature, and philosophy. The architectural achievements of these early civilizations are still admired today. The pyramids of Egypt, the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, and the Great Wall of China are testaments to the ingenuity and skill of ancient builders. Sophisticated irrigation systems allowed for the efficient use of water resources, supporting agriculture and sustaining large populations. In the realm of art and literature, these civilizations produced works of enduring beauty and significance. Epic poems, religious texts, and philosophical treatises offer insights into the beliefs and values of these ancient societies. The intellectual and cultural achievements of these early civilizations continue to inspire and influence us today. They lay the foundation for the interconnected world we live in today, a world shaped by the triumphs and tragedies, the innovations and adaptations of our ancestors. The early civilizations were not isolated. They interacted with each other through trade, warfare, and cultural exchange. Ancient trade routes, such as the Silk Road, facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies between different regions. These interactions led to the spread of innovations and the blending of cultures. The triumphs and achievements of these early civilizations, as well as their struggles and failures, have left a lasting legacy. The lessons learned from their experiences continue to inform and guide us as we navigate the complexities of the modern world. The seeds of civilization sown thousands of years ago have grown into the diverse and interconnected global society we live in today.